Hi guys, this is Breaker, and I'm casting the final ZVZ upload from eXeA Hephaistas, spawning as our Zerg in the upper left-hand corner. Yes, that beautiful red hatch, you know, that sexy kind of spore at the top of it. Can't really believe what it looks like, and I'm just being a little bit quiet right now because my roommates are sleeping, and I don't want to wake up the neighborhood. In the lower left-hand corner, a player whose replays I'm pretty sure I've casted before. Give it up for eXeA VGSalami. Wow, I am such an idiot, guys. How could I neglect this? Well, truth be told, I've kind of been out of eXeA's StarCraft loop for a while. The only thing I really do is cast their replays. It looks like they're basically practicing against each other right now. Talking about the map for just a little bit, this is larger than your typical map. It kind of, on first glance, it does look a bit like Entombed Valley, but I don't know, it's a bit different in that aesthetic. It's of course relatively easy to take thirds, assuming that you are actually a cross position spawn from your opponent, which is not the case, unfortunately, on this map. And we have Hephaistas opting for, I don't know what to make of this. Maybe it's a more aggressive opener. He is throwing down an extractor and a spawning pool, but the spawning pool went down first. And Salami is actually opting for a hatch first opener, following it up with a pool. Not too much of a terribly large difference. It looks like there was a pause in the game, and then it unpaused at some point. Let's see here. And now I want to say that this is actually getting to the critical-ish point with gas. But now we have Salami taking his own. I do want to point out that Hephaistas is actually significantly ahead in gas right now. I want to say that at the very minimum, the kind of reaction that, and this is actually looking like a speedling opener, considering there's no more gas being taken presently. He's almost got a full mineral line, which means that he can use his natural hatch as a kind of macro hatch. Basically boost ling production, and that's about it. Let's see, Salami, you know, I think he's kind of oblivious to this. The best thing that we can see from him right now is to throw down a baneling nest ASAP in the natural. That would be the best thing to do for a defensive opener. The only problem is it opens the door for Hephaistas to take a third with relative ease. Now metabolic boost is, let's see here, 40 seconds ahead of that of Salami, so he's going to have to be meticulously careful, especially given the fact that we actually have Hephaistas cranking out a lot of lings, and there's no way Salami is not going to see this. I mean, he should know that something is up. Yes, he just sees, you know, he sees more and more lings, and his reaction is to make some of his own. He's going to have 12 lings, and he's got a baneling nest on the way in his main, so if he can get a couple of banelings out, he'll be able to defend against this with relative ease. But the drones are getting pulled off the line, and the lings get a full surround on the queen. That's going to result in a bit of a heavy-ish loss for you know what? It's a pretty big loss already for Salami. Yeah, let's just see how this goes. Right now, all the lings are actually dead for Salami. Second queen will fall, and oh boy, it's gonna take a miracle for Salami to really hold here. I think at this point we have defensive banelings being made. I think we just saw a lot of drone kills at the natural, yes, and the natural itself is actually in a lot of trouble right now, and it's going to take a miracle for Salami to come back from this, but What do you know? Miracle Banelings. Ugh. They don't quite get it. And this is, I think basically what this is going to force Salami to do is get an all-in going. But if there's any time for him to get that all-in going, it would definitely be now, because we only just now see Hephaistas getting his Baneling nest. And the Lings are going to try and snipe these Banelings one at a time. Of course, the most difficult thing for Salami to do is basically aptly deal with this at home. And we see Hef cranking out more and more Lings. More and more Banelings are on the way. Some of them do get wasted, and now, basically this is the time for Hef to push in with what he's got. For Salami to push in with what he's got. I apologize, I didn't have this up earlier. Okay, Baneling connections, but there's not enough Lings to take on the leftovers. More Banelings are coming in, luckily. And we see that this is basically all the steam to Salami's attack. He's actually at about just under half of the supply of Hephaistas, I want to say. Salami's got, he's got his reinforcements coming this way, but I don't know what to say right now. I mean, it's going to take a miracle for him to come back in this game. Hephaistas ahead by 10 workers. Doesn't quite, he says you need help. I'm not sure what that's all about. But here we go. He's making defensive Banelings only now. And this is basically going to force a cancel on the natural hatch. There's just no way you can hold this. And the Lings are going to town on the Banelings at the ramp. The natural hatch gets canceled. The drone that was making it got taken down. Another one gets pulled from the main, and we see Salami retaking his natural hatch. This is the third time now he's attempted to establish firmly an expo, and now we see Hephaistas going for his lair tech. And all he has to do is really get some mutas out, control the map. Sniping all of these overlords that are out in the middle of the map would actually be quite critical. It would give him total map control, and basically it would totally supply block Salami. Alright, now Salami moving out for one last defensive. Hephaistas is saying GG bro, GG, like the game is over, but Salami says no, I still got a few Zerglings left. He's morphing some of them into Banelings. He's saving up money for something behind this. He's getting his own lair tech as well. But that was actually a beautiful Baneling connection, and it looks like we have Salami going back to retaliate. But I just don't know what to say right now. He's just, I don't know. The Chinese say 百川归海. This means all things in one direction. Not really. It basically talks about one element of a society developing, but not necessarily retrogressing for another one. And the Baneling looks like it's moving out, trying to get some kind of a connection there. And this Baneling's gonna basically detonate on 2 of those, putting them in some lower orange health. And for now we have Salami attacking on Spore Crawlers, but just as the Spire... Sorry, what was that all about? Okay, let me try that over here and see what happens. Okay, that was weird. Anyway, the Spire finishes up over here, but ironically enough, we have no static defenses for Hephaistas. We just have 1 queen at each natural, or at each base. These Lings are taking... the blue Lings are taking the red Lings for a ride around the map. And I want to say that this has to at least be a very interesting game. There's got to be a reason why this was integrated with the replay pack from Hephaistas, and it looks like 4 eggs here are being rallied to the natural of Salami. He's got 1 Spore Crawler at each mineral line, but of course a Spore Crawler can only target 1 unit at a time, doesn't have splash damage, and the Queen pulls back just as that Overlord reaches 1 HP, luckiest Overlord on the planet. If we check the worker count right now, wow, this is absurd. We see Hephaistas with a significant lead. The mutas seem to be stopping right here. Hephaistas actually not quite using the mutas I would expect them, in the way I would expect them to be used, but here we go. targeting down a queen, they actually miss it. And that was, I think, just 2 shots from a Spore Crawler. Maybe 3. That hit 1 Muta. No, 4 actually. And 3. And now we have Salami definitively supply block. This is really torture. No other way to say it. And, you know, torture just knows no end. There are some things worse than death, and this is definitely one of them, ladies and gentlemen. Something I want to highlight is definitely... I don't understand the methods to this madness, but Hephaistas actually does not use control groups, and this is one aspect of the game that may be detrimental to him. Why does he not use control groups? Control groups, basically, if you just look at the mutalisks here, you see that they're on number 3. So that means if you hit 3 twice, it's going to go to all of your selected mutalisks, which for the case of Salami would be right here. And Hef's mutas are all right here. This is in case you are watching, I don't know, this is in case you're just now starting StarCraft and you didn't know these things. But we do actually have Zerg, Flyer, Carapace, level 2 on the way for Salami. Ironically enough, we only have Hephaistas with Zerg, Carapace, Flyer 1, especially with the economic lead that he's had, but he's just now getting level 2. Salami tacking on more mutas, and I think what we may see Hef doing is kind of switching tech. He's taking a 4th base. And he's trying to go in and target down some Banelings, but I just don't know why Hef doesn't try and end the game. This is, I guess, one of those torturous, and I say that word a lot, but I think this really holds true. One of those torturous macro practice games. That is a lot of mutas and lings surrounding a Spore Crawler at the natural. Of course, Spore Crawlers do get buffs versus mutas, but hold on just a second. We did see all of these guys going into the main to do something. Did they get any kills? Hephaistas has gotten 31 work kills over the course of the game, including the ones that he just got on the mineral line now. And, ouch, there it is, the GG from Salami. He basically, you know, I mean, I can't really blame him. 2 base Zerg versus 4 base Zerg. In a mirror matchup, your income is the most important thing. And at the end of the game, we actually had Hephaistas at 1,060 compared to the 660 for Salami. So that's it, guys. This has been the entire replay pack for eXeA's Hephaistas. I'll see you guys next time with Dire Straits replay pack, starting from, let's try the Terrans, and see where things go from there. I'll catch you guys later, guys. This has been Breaker. See you guys next time. Don't forget to subscribe.